everyone, this is Pooja Gokul. Welcome to my live series with Chumbak. I would like to show you how you can print with various essential items available. So I'm going to start on this shopping bag that I'm sure all of you will have at home. I'm going to show you how to print with potatoes. Okay, we had told you to put a few items together like potatoes, a knife, and colors, which are yellow, blue and red. So I'm going to show you how you can make watermelon designs with these potato on a shopping bag. Okay, so let's start off. What you can do is cut a potato in a shape of a triangle like this, with a U shape down below and another shape like this for the green part, for the green top of the watermelon. So let me show you how you can print with this. If you've already got a potato and a knife with you, please, you can do it along with me. So start off, cut a piece like this and a piece like this. So two pieces, that's all you need to make a watermelon on a shopping bag. Okay, so I'm going to wait for all of you to do that. In the meantime, I hope you all are having a good weekend. I know it's been more than a month since we've been at home, and this lockdown has been really challenging for all of us. At the same time, I would tell you, I'm just trying to be as creative and learn new things and try to explore with block printing and printing with various items that I have at home, so that I can inspire more people like you to do the same. Yes, so let's start off today. How do we print with the items that we have today? So what I've done is I've taken a tray. You can take a tray like this, or you can take a paper plate, whatever you have at home, and use a thin cloth which can absorb the color well. It can be a cotton cloth or woolen cloth. Okay, so put that in a tray and then you can put the colors. So I've already made it ready, red and green. I've got the green by mixing yellow and blue. The red is a primary color. So what you can do is, for colors, please use what you have at home. You can have poster, acrylic or watercolors. You can use any of that. If you don't have any colors at home, I will recommend use coffee powder, use tea powder. You can mix. I hope you can see me well and hear me out well. Okay, so let's start printing. So I'm going to begin with the potato. I hope you have it ready with you, the people who are interested in trying it out right here with me. Okay, so I'm going to dab the potato in the red. Okay, and then just print on the white shopping bag that I have in front of me. So whatever shopping bag you have at home, white, off-white, it could be a light yellow, any light color shopping bag, please use that to create bright prints like these. Okay, so that's done. This is it. That's very quick and really bright. It's just brightened up my shopping bag that I have. So after that, I'm going to use this other small piece that I cut in with the green color. So I'm dabbing it in green like this. Okay, just gently dab it and print around the watermelon. That's it. So I'm just filling up all the green for the watermelon, and I have put a newspaper in between because I want to make sure that the color doesn't seep through and go on the opposite side of the bag, okay, on the other side. So that's why I have put a newspaper. So you should do that too. When you're printing on apparel, on clothes, t-shirts, pillow covers, cushion covers, you should put a newspaper in between, so that will not allow the color to go at the back. So that's done. Now I'm going to make some watermelon seeds with a graphic pen like this. It could be a marker, it could be any pen that you have at home. Make the seeds in the center. That's it. So 3 seeds for each watermelon. It doesn't have to be a very neat shape. Whatever shape you can get, and try to make it look like watermelon seeds. Black would be a perfect color for this. Okay, you could even use a paintbrush if you think you're more comfortable painting. I just thought a pen is quick and something you can you all must have at home. So that's done. That's watermelon pieces that I've created on a shopping bag. Okay, so please try it. I hope you are trying it along with me. If you're not, you can always try it another time. I hope it's something that you have liked watching me do. I'm going to create some more interesting prints with things that you can also do at home. Okay, before that, I'm just going to share with you what we do at Amoha Prints a little bit. So we create blocks like these at Amoha Prints, which are handmade, made with wood, with teak wood. So they are very strong and it will last you more than a lifetime if you buy the blocks from us. And if you would like to do block printing, please do look up our site amohaprints.com, where you can avail these blocks and starter kits with the trays and the colors that you see me using here. All the colors are eco-friendly and they are available in a starter kit, which comes in a whole set of everything you need to use to print for the first time. So let me show you some block prints now on this fabric over here that I have. As Chumbak's favorite print is the owl, I've chosen an owl to block print. I'm going to use a green color that you see in my... So how do you block print with blocks? Okay, you have to take the block, dab it into the color like this, well, and make sure that the color has come all around the block evenly. Then you put it down onto the fabric. So I'm just going to print this piece of fabric that you see here, and then I'm going to show you how it looks at the end of it. You can do it at your own pace. I'm doing it slightly faster because obviously I have got a little more practice. You do it a little more slowly and make sure that you're happy with the printing that you are trying out. So taking the color properly is a very important aspect of block printing, and you have to put enough pressure also when you are printing. That's also very, very important. So that's it. So I'm done with this printing with the owl. So this kind of pattern you can create it on t-shirts and so on. So I'm going, which is the strawberry block that I have. A lot of kids love this block. I'm going to show it to you with the red color that we used for the watermelon. So this is something I'm just going to print anywhere that I like, not really in an orderly manner, because it's a fun print that you can use on kids' clothes. You can also use it on your pouches. If you have some cloth pouches, you can use it on things like that. So it's just a fun print. So it doesn't have everything doesn't have to be in a order, or it doesn't have to be in a kind of a symmetry when you're printing with blocks. It's up to you to decide how you want it to look and what are you printing on. It depends on all of those aspects. So all these blocks are available. If you like any blocks, you can choose what you like and you can order it with us. So this is the strawberry print that I just created. Moving on, I'm going to show you how to create a print or a form using a stencil. So this is a stencil of a boat. If you want to do this, you can create a drawing of this on an A4 size sheet and then cut out the parts where you want it to be printed. After that, paste it on a cloth or on a t-shirt with sellotape on all 4 sides, and then I'll show you how to print it. Okay, so you can do this another time. Watch me print it now, and then you can always get ideas of what you can use. So today I'm going to be using something very simple like a fork, a plastic fork that I have in my house that I'm sure all of you have. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to print with this. I'm going to use blue. So I'll show you how to spread the color on this fabric. If you want to try printing using a fabric, I'll show you how to do that. So I'm using blue like I told you. So these are the colors. I'm just going to put the color on the fabric and then spread it evenly. Okay, so I put some color on this side, turned it around, and then I'm putting some color on the other side like this. So the blue is ready now for printing. Okay. This is the fabric that I'm using, and I have pasted the boat onto the fabric. So I'm just going to take this plastic fork and dab the back of it onto the color. Okay, and I'm going to be printing on the boat. And just put a bit of pressure. You have to press it a little bit like this. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, and it doesn't have to be very neat or all joint. I'm going to do vertical lines and horizontal lines like this, because it kind of gives it a more interesting look, and I'm sure it's more fun to create as many prints as close to each other so that the form is created and looks like a boat when I take it out, when I take out the stencil. That's the main objective. And also the print inside has to look funky, has to look nice, and something that you would want to try out and you want to use, because all this is being done on fabric. You have to make sure that these prints are something that you like. If you think you're not very sure of what you're doing, please try it out on paper, and then you can always use fabric for it. So that's what I always do in my workshops. I make people first print on paper, and then only they create it on the fabric. Yeah, so I'm just putting in all the excess color that I have at the back of the fork, especially in the corners. Just try to fill it up neatly. So I'm done with this piece. One more thing you can use is, if you don't have a fork, a plastic fork, you can use a clip, a cloth clip that also gives the same kind of effect that I just did for the fork. Okay, I'm sure all of you have these clips at home. You can use either of it, whichever you think is easy and whichever you have at home. Okay, the next part of it I'm going to be doing I want to use black for the bottom part, this part. So I have to add some more color in my tray. You can put up to 2 or 3 colors in one tray like this if you're using a piece of fabric, and spread it. So you can use all of it. If you're using your 3 primary colors, you can put all the 3. So now I'm going to again use the same fork, or I can even use the clip to show if you want to try, if you people want to try with the clip. So I'm just going to use one side of the clip like this onto the black color, and just print for the base of it. I'm going to use singular lines, like horizontal lines only for the base of the board. And I'm just filling in the corners now. So that's about. So I am done with the boat, and it's actually dries pretty quickly, so I can immediately take off the stencil and show you how it looks. Okay. Yeah, that's done. So let me take off the stencil now. And show you how it looks. Okay, so that's my boat, which you can create on t-shirts. You can just create on paper. Just have fun with making stencils at home and printing with it. So one more I have created is like this, that I did before. So you can even create some stars in the background like this with yellow, where you could just put a dot and spread it around. It will look like pretty stars. So that's done. Moving on, I'm going to create something different and interesting that you would never think you can create with a table tennis ball. So what I have done is I have wrapped this ball with thread. You can see in all directions, thread all around, and I'm just going to take this. I'm going to take this and roll it onto the color that is here. It is a messy affair. You will have to get your hands messy and wash it off with soap after you're done. Okay, so you have to just roll it around like this, and then you can just go over the cloth in any direction. So it's creating a very interesting print. So that's the effect it's creating. You can do it with 2 or 3 colors, it's up to you. And it's also a very fun activity you can try with your kids at home, and make sure that you wash their hands after you're finished. It's just that it's a bit of an effort to roll this thread around a ball like this. So you have to do that and make it ready for them, and then they can try out this fun activity. So I'm going to show you how you can print with this now. Okay, so this is just a technique. So how can you use this technique? So I have already made a piece of fabric ready here. Can you see the blue and green lines? So this is created with the thread blue and green. I am going to be printing on the butterfly, which is a stencil. It's a stencil. So I'm taking the black color with this, and I'm going to go over it. So I've just added more color, and I'm going to be going over it with the stencil. So it's just done with a ball and thread wrapped around it, and I'm using color. That's it. So you can go in any direction. There are no rules to this. It's up to you. When you think it's all filled up and it's going to look like the butterfly, you can take off the butterfly. So I think this is going to take some time because it's really kind of tricky and fun at the same time. So So I'm just going to keep doing this. You'll have to watch me and get some ideas so that you can try it out on your own after this. Yeah, just keep rolling it around on the fabric and just put a bit of pressure to make sure that the color is coming onto the fabric. The thing is, fabric absorbs color very quickly, so you can be assured that it's going to look like the form that you want it to, but make sure you create all the lines, the outlines neatly, so that when you take it out, you're happy with it. Yeah. I'm ready to take it out. Yeah. So I think I'm happy with it. So I just wash my hands because I want to make sure my hands are clean when I'm taking out. Yeah. So that's my butterfly, and the background has been created with the green and blue rolling ball, and the butterfly has been created with black. So I'm quite happy with it. It looks really interesting in nature. So black butterfly against a blue and green background. So this is done around it, and it's quite an interesting, beautiful on table mats. You can try it out even on any piece of fabric that you have as fabric. So there's one which is a butterfly, sorry, a peacock I meant. So this is inspired by all the peacocks that we've been sighting in various cities in India. Because of this lockdown, a lot of peacocks have come out and they are roaming the streets. So this is inspired by what I've heard and what I've seen in videos. This is something I've created with objects that I have at home, not blocks. And this is done on my daughter's t-shirt, which she actually create this peacock. So watch carefully. You need at least 4 or 5 items. So what are the items that you need for these? You need a whiteboard marker, you need a pencil, a blade, any shape that you have of wood, and then you need a hook, a wall hook. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to show you how to create with all of these items. Also try it on your own. Okay, so let's get started, and you have to observe me and then hopefully you're going to be inspired to try. So I'm going to use a green to do it. That's the body of the peacock. Okay, then I'm going to create the feathers. So I just need a bit of newspaper. Create the feathers on either side because I wanted to come on the body. I'm just okay, so that's it. Then I'm going to be doing the feathers, the head with any shape, any small piece that you have, a round piece, the head. And then now for the to do the beak, you can do use a paintbrush. Okay, that's it. So that's the body and the head and the beak done. Okay, moving on, I'm going to show you how to do the feathers. So this is a blade that I'm using, just the corner of it, to create the feathers. I know the connection is a bit poor, I'm sorry for that. So I'm just creating very thin lines, and then I'm going to make the feathers on it. So observe carefully, it has to go in a circular format. And the feathers are done, the lines are done. Now I'm going to do the feathers. So what am I going to do the feathers with? It's a whiteboard marker, the tip of it, the top of it, the cap, the top of the cap. So it gives you a very beautiful print. You'll see. I'm going to lift it up and show you. So you just dab the color, dab the pen into the color like that, and then you can print. So what I'm doing is just dabbing the pen like this into the color and printing with it. Okay, you can put the feathers anywhere. So this is a lot of fun, and you got such a good grip because it's a pen. You can do such beautiful prints with these just on kurtis or on anything that you want to try it on. It's the simplest and the most beautiful print I thought I found during this lockdown, which I would have never explored otherwise. So you can even go over it if you think it's not come properly. You can even go over it again. I'm happy with the effect. So I'm happy with this effect that I've got. So this is done. The peacock, the top is done. I just have to do the legs and the eye. So I'm going to do the eye with the paintbrush and the legs. So this is a small plastic tool that I have, which came with a blade, with a cutter. So I'm using that for the legs. And then for the eye, I'm going to do it with a brush, just a simple dot. If you think it's not working with a brush, you can even use I think the green is not yet dried, but you can even use a nail, the top of the nail, if you don't have brushes at home, to make the eye. So that's done. And you should try it. This is done that I'm sure. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching my live series with Chumbak. So hope you've been. So enjoy yourself trying out these fun prints that I've shown you today. And be safe, be at home, and thank you. It's bye from Amoha Prints.